Scorsese does not pull any punches when he completely shreds everything that is wrong about Hollywood today in this absolutely epic. Martin Scorsese does not pull any punches when it comes to completely shredding everything that's wrong with Hollywood today in this epic rant that we're going to be taking a look at here. And of course, he's completely correct about everything that he says here. This is absolutely a danger to our culture. This is showing just how big of a problem everything is when it comes to our current entertainment. And he does not hold back anything when he completely shreds everything when it comes to especially the current trends of Hollywood. So let's get into this and see what Martin Scorsese has to say here. Martin Scorsese explains why he believes comic book movies are a danger to our culture. Director Martin Scorsese, known for his films like The Departed, Wolf of Wall Street, Goodfellas, and Gangs of New York, among others, recently explained why he believes comic book movies are a danger to American culture. While speaking with GQ, Scorsese asserted the danger there is what it's doing to our culture, because there are going to be generations now that think movies are only those. That's what movies are. By the way, as you can see, I'm in a completely new setup, and that's because I'm currently on vacation. And but you know, we have to continue to talk about these things. We have to continue to talk about the things that are happening in the culture and how dangerous a lot of these things are, which is why I'm here making a video. But just, you know, don't mind all the background and the noise and all that stuff. He continued, they already think that, which means that we have to then fight back stronger. And it's got to come from the grassroots level. It's got to come from the filmmakers themselves. EpicVerse, everyone. EpicVerse. That's exactly what we're doing with EpicVerse. We have no interest in pushing out nonsense. We have no interest in pushing woke agendas. We have no interest in pushing out crappy stories or stories that feel like they don't really matter in the long run. That's not what we are in the business of. We want to bring back good stories, which is exactly what we are focused on at EpicVerse. And you'll have, you know, the Safdie brothers, and you have Chris Nolan, you know what I mean? And hit them from all sides. Hit them from all sides, and don't give up. Let's see what you got. Go out there and do it. Go reinvent. We will at EpicVerse. Don't complain about it, and it's true, because we've got to save cinema. He then went on to describe the types of comic book movies he's specifically criticizing. I do think that the manufactured content isn't really cinema. And this is something that's very important that he says right here. No, I don't want to say it, but what I mean is that it's manufactured content. It's almost like AI making a film. And I've had these similar complaints about recent films, especially that Marvel has made. Things like Ant-Man 3 and Black Panther 2. These films literally feel like that they're written by an AI bot. That's literally what it feels like. And that is a big criticism that I had about the writing in those films, is that it was empty. There was nothing tangible. There's nothing that you can, there's no meat there that you can sink your teeth into. It's all just manufactured bull crap. And that is one of the big problems that I have with Marvel these days. Is why I don't give a crap about Marvel anymore. Obviously coupled with all the woke nonsense that they continue to push. And that doesn't mean that you don't have incredible directors and special effects people doing beautiful artwork, but what does it mean? What do these films, what will it give you, aside from a kind of consummation of something and then eliminating it from your mind, your whole body, you know? So what is it giving you? And of course, a lot of that has to do with the fact that the woke agenda is continuing to pervade Hollywood, that they have no interest in actually telling good stories. That is not what Hollywood is in the business of anymore. They are not in the business of telling good stories. They don't care. We've seen this happen with so many things. We saw it happen with Rings of Power as well. Just think about the stark difference of Peter Jackson when he made Lord of the Rings and what was important to him when he made Lord of the Rings versus what the writers were focused on when they made Rings of Power. Very, very different agendas and motivations for why they were making the stories that they were making and all that type of stuff. That is just one example of a lot of the nonsense that we see. We see it happening with Star Wars as well. From there, Scorsese made it clear that he believes cinema is the creator saying something with a movie. And that is what we are focused on at EpicVerse. We want creators to tell the stories they want to tell. We want people to focus on telling the stories that they want to tell, to share with the world, because that is what we think is important. That's what actually is going to create good stories, instead of looking at all the charts and the numbers and being like, oh, well, people want a polar bear to show up in this one scene and you know, just use ninja katanas and all this type of stuff. That's not what people care about, okay? Now, that might be kind of cool at some point if that works for the story, but you guys know what I mean. It's like, everyone's so focused on the algorithm and the charts and the stocks and all that type of stuff. Nobody actually cares about telling good stories anymore. And of course, they're focused on the woke agenda as well, which is a massive, massive problem and probably the most devastating thing that is currently happening with storytelling. So with all that being said, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon.